You're listening to DraftKings Network.
At JCPenney, we make fashion count for everybody and everybody. Get pieces that fit and flatter at prices that feel good. Mix easy-on cargos with breezy tops or polish your look with soft suiting. Step into JCPenney brands that get you, like St. John's Bay and Worthington, each in women's petite and plus sizes, too. Guys, you're good to go in brands like Mutual Weave, J. Farrar, and Stafford. Style and comfort for all, even big and tall. Here, spring comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. JCPenney, make everybody count.
God bless football, Billy Gill. God bless football, Billy Gill. Hey, it's Billy. Welcome. I know you're thinking today is not the day that we normally listen to God bless football. Well, here's the thing. We're going to have a little mini God bless football episode that we're putting out right now for a specific reason. So, we caught up with our friends, Austin Ekeler. I say that because I have this thing where I don't know if people consider me their friends. We've gone over this. It's a weird thing that I have. So I don't want to say, hey, I'm friends with this person, and then this person doesn't think that they're friends with me. It's anyway. So we caught up with Austin Ekeler, who, as you may or may not know, is now a Washington Commander. He signed last week with them in a free agent frenzy. We were going to talk to him last week, but he was on his bachelor party. So we said, you know what? Let's leave him alone and not bother him while he's on his bachelor party, which we're going to talk to him about in this episode. And we're also going to talk to him about going to Washington. And he's pretty candid about that and what went into that. And we're going to talk to him about his March Madness bracket tournament for a cause. So if you go to ekelerfoundation.org, you can sign up and donate to his foundation and participate in a March Madness bracket, which is why you're getting this today, because obviously March Madness starts before Friday. So Austin wanted to promote this. We wanted to kind of do right by him since he's been good to us over the years and get this out before your typical Friday episode. So hopefully you can go to ekelerfoundation.org and register there and kind of help him out and all the good stuff that he does. So you're also probably wondering, Billy, why are you talking to yourself? It's a great question. So Stugotz had to go to a sales call, and Mikey A, has a family, and it's a little bit late. So I said, you know what? I got this. Anyways, here's our friend Austin Ekeler talking about changes in his life, his bachelor party, his new team, how free agency played out, who was interested in him, who was not interested in him, what went down with the Chargers, and more. So, enjoy. God bless football. A lot's changed over the years. One thing that hasn't, the great taste of Miller Lite. It was the original light beer, and to this day, it's still the best. Miller Lite has more of that taste you want, and less of the stuff you don't. Sometimes after a long, hard show, I head over to the studio commissary, crack open a cold one, take a sip, look around and say, yeah, this was the right call. Then all my friends from work do the same. We put our Miller Lights in the middle, do a toast, say hip hip hooray to a great show by all. Miller Lite keeps it simple. Undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories. It's the beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. The original light beer since 1975. Times change, but you can always enjoy the great taste of Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/GBF, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Lite Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces.
What's going on, gang?
Congrats on the deal.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's something new, but I'm looking forward to the new.
Welcome to the East Coast.
Yeah, what happened there? What, I remember
that was the one thing you said.
That's not. Yeah.
I know, man. I know.
Austin, is there anything about the new that makes you nervous? Because people don't like change. Does something new make you nervous?
Nervous. Not nervous. No, I'm not nervous for anything. I know there's going to be an adjustment. And I'm looking forward to the adjustment of just trying something new in my life, because I've been on the West Coast with the Chargers, obviously, for the last 7 years. And now kind of going into year 8, hey, there's something new that's on the table, and kind of taking it on with like a lot of just forward-looking, I guess, affirmations for myself, where it's like it's a new opportunity, right, to be back on the field, new organization, new coaches, new culture. Let's try to immerse myself in this and take it on as what it is. It's a new challenge for me, and see if I can make as much as I can with this one as I did with my other.
Well, there's a lot of new there. Is there a comfort level there going and playing for, I guess, Anthony Lynn again?
Ooh, comfort is a you got to be careful with that word. In sports, you never really want to be too comfortable. And I think what Coach Lynn did a lot was keep pressure on us as players when he was our head coach. And now it's going to be a little bit different, because now he's in the room with me, and he's not the head coach anymore. We just caught up briefly when I was out there, just catching up on everything that's gone on for the past 7 years up to now, and just how you kind of turn over, but he still has the same demeanor, still has that same seriousness about him when he's talking about the sport. So I'm looking forward to being in his room, not necessarily being comfortable, but being pushed. Like, I want to be coached. And I know he's going to do that. So it's going to be good.
You're going to have Cliff Kingsbury as your offensive coordinator. Was there anything you saw in his system that you really liked that made you want to go there?
His eyes.
His smile.
Wait a minute. Well, I mean, he was with USC, right? So I didn't watch any of USC's tape or anything last year. And obviously he was with maybe it's not obvious, but he was with the Cardinals as well. And I was having a discussion with him. We can't talk football or anything like that, but seems like he's ready to push forward and try to put us in the best position you possibly can, which is what I'm asking for. And so we'll see what that looks like. And with Dan. With DQ is what they call him, Dan Quinn over there, coming from Dallas, and me playing with Kellen last year. I know there was a lot of hurry up stuff going in, so maybe I can anticipate a little bit of that going in. But just I'm excited, because even I got Brian Robinson's in the room with me over there too, or I guess I'm joining his room, depending on how you look at it.
It's your room, Austin.
Well, here's the thing. It's all of our room. But he's been there longer than me. So, we'll see what the culture is like over there. But we're different. We're very different types of runners, right? He's like 6'1", 220 or whatever he is. And, I'm not. I'm my little scat speed, so kind of going back to almost like me and the Melvin Gordon punch. So I'm looking forward to see how that dynamic plays out as well.
It's interesting. And by the way, we have a lot to get to here with Austin, because Austin's Ekeler's Madness is going on, a charity March Madness tournament. I'll be doing a live stream with Austin. I'm very excited about this. I'm getting Billy involved as well. Billy is a college basketball expert, so I'm looking forward to that. And we have a bachelor party to cover.
Not true. Oh, yeah. We do.
I buried the lead. Let's Austin, we'll get back to football. How was the bachelor party?
It was great. So you guys know me, and I'm not, well, maybe you don't know this about me, but I'm not like a big, like go to the club, like let's get rowdy and let's, just get bottle service and do that. So I was out jumping trucks. I was racing Ferraris.
Wow.
We were playing golf. We were doing some different types of experiences, like this thing called like blackout dining, where you literally can't see a hand in front of your face and you like have a dinner. Went to the Sphere. And so it was like a bunch of events like that we were, indulging in. So that was my weekend, or my week.
We were joking last week saying that we knew you were on your bachelor party. And we're like, what he's doing is he's in the gym doing supersets and trying to hit PRs with all his friends. That's what's going on.
Hey, that would be cool. Let's get the gang together. Let's see how much weight we can lift.
That's good.
Would it though?
For him, yes.
I think so.
Wait, but your crew, your brother, everyone took good care of you. You had a good time?
Yeah, had a great time. It was my little brother and then one of my best friends. His name's Mark. So it was just the trio, and we were enjoying ourselves out in Vegas. It's crazy. There's so much stuff to do out here, right in the backyard. So I think jumping the trucks was the most unique thing. Like every time I go, like you see this ramp and you're in this truck. I mean, it's like a mid-sized truck that's got like really big suspensions on it and stuff like that. But when you're going over these ramps, you're flooring it pedal to the ground, and you can't see like the other side. Like you go into a big dip and you can't see going out. And so every time you get off the ground, like my butthole's like puckering, like, oh, and then boom, you would hit and then have to like correct it. And so that was very intense. I would recommend it if you haven't tried out in Vegas.
Ink was dried on the contract before we went on this adventure, though, correct?
That's a good question.
No, it wasn't actually. So,
What?
Austin,
Crazy?
what's going on?
That's just poor planning.
$11 million.
Look, they jump these things every day. Clearly, there's some risk in living, but you got to go out there a little bit and try some things.
Not with $11 million on the line. I mean, wait till that ink dries. I mean, what's the matter with you?
Well, we made it through. That's all that matters.
You did make it through. How many teams, Austin? Do you know? Are you aware of how many teams were actually interested in you in signing you?
Yeah, there was like 6 that were like genuinely like interested on the first day. Some threw out a number, some were like, yes, we want to talk, but we're going after this person first. And so it's a huge shuffle, man. And the first day that we were able to actually have that conversation with teams that we saw it, you guys saw it, like bang, bang, the running backs are going like crazy. And so it was like a frenzy of who can snag, some of our guys going into our second and third contracts. And so there was, yeah, like I said, probably like 5 or 6, some that did throw out a number, some that didn't, but the ones that we felt were most interested and the kind of like the best fit for as far as, hey, Austin, what you want out of your career at this point, was Washington. And so ended up working out for herself as well. And then, we ended up plugging the gap over there for him.
Austin, we want to get back to Washington, but first, you mentioned how all the money was being thrown out to all these running backs. And for years, the past few seasons, we've been talking about the running back market is dead. Nobody's paying running backs. What did you make of all the money getting thrown out to all you guys?
Yeah, there was some encouraging stuff out there. I like the Saquon deal, him getting himself in there. I forgot what Josh signed for, but it's tough. It really is tough because, like, how do you quantify, the impact on the field? I think it's almost skewed a little bit, just because of. I'm really not sure why. Maybe it's because quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, and then we need someone that can actually catch the ball for these guys and get open. And so maybe that there's a little bit more emphasis on the receiver spot as far as talking skill positions on offense getting paid. Obviously, the running backs are the least of the amount. I guess tight ends too. Tight ends are still. I don't know. It'd be curious to compare the running backs and the tight ends. But in my experience, tight ends have been a little bit more impactful running backs have been more impactful to the offense with the ball in their hands than tight ends have. And then same even with receivers. Like you can have receivers. It's crazy because you can have a receiver, go and catch, 60 balls a year, have, 600 yards, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns and get paid $10 million a year. And it just seems skewed when you have your starting running back who's going to touch the ball, 300 times, a year, not able to even get close to that or get around that. So obviously you got to put product on the field. I think Christian has been an advocate of what the position can be, like what the cap is right now anyway in sports. And we're all chasing to make as big of an impact as he has. But I think he's underpaid too. He should be getting paid $25 million a year. I think he's getting like 17 right now. So these are just my opinions. So it really just comes down to, what you're valuing. I'm clearly biased because I played running back, but just coming out of the lens of trying to, see why the justification is. You're paying a lot of these quarterbacks a lot of money. You want to try to get people that, hey, they can get open, that these quarterbacks can throw to. But I don't know. It's more than I could try to figure out here on this call by myself.
Awesome. Well, understanding it is a business, right? You're also a human. So when you say there was, 5 or 6 teams that are interested in you, but some of them are like, but we're also interested in this other person. Does any part of you say like, okay, well, like I want to be with someone who wants me, not someone who's kind of waiting around to see if they have to settle for me?
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes down to the situation that they're trying to fill. The Chargers came to me and kind of told me what they were looking at in their running back, position. And it wasn't what I can offer as a player. There was a misalignment. So it's like, yeah, they're interested, but are you really? Is like, if all else fails, we'll bring Austin back in type of thing? Because I don't want to be in that scenario. And if that's your philosophy of what you're telling me and I don't fit that, I got to go look somewhere else, which is totally fine. Like, no hard feelings. Like, you want to go a different direction, but I need to find someone where it's like, hey, we need someone that is going to be able to fit our role of what we want Austin to be in and what we need right now in our room. And so that's what I was looking for. I was looking for someone who had a back that's like someone that's solid, that's there, that I can come in and also complement, and we can really bounce this thing off of each other as far as, hey, our production, because that's what I felt best, and that's what I was looking for. And it ended up being with Washington, and so that's why it kind of played itself out, because that's what I was looking for, and that's what they were also looking for out of me as well.
Austin, at this stage of your career, of your life, 2 years seems about right for you, just the way we've kind of gotten to know you. Like, you weren't looking for many more years than that, were you?
No, I was right now in my mindset. I take this year, I take it one at a time right now. Like, I'm going to give it, if I'm committed to this year. I'm going to give it everything I could potentially give it in this year. And then I can't even see as far out as next year yet. Like, right. When that time comes, we'll deal with that beast. That's a whole different beast. Let me maximize what I can right now. And, I'm going into year 8 and I've loved playing this game. Do I think I'm going to Frank Gore it and get out to 16? I don't know. Because I was talking to, one of my old teammates, Antonio Gates, and he was like, yep, about your time. I was like, I'm going to go like 2 more years. And he ended up playing like 16 years, after, 8 more years after that,
right?
Of 2 more years. So like I said, I can't make any decisions as far as how long my career is going to be, but I just know I'm locked in for this year as it's upon us. And that's what matters the most. And then we'll deal with next year.
Austin, we also know that you are interested in life after football and kind of like the business side. So we were kind of looking when you signed with Washington and said, who's a part owner in Washington? Magic Johnson seems like a good contact for Austin to have.
Oh, Billy started poking around.
Have you spoken to him yet? Or is any of that adding up here, or am I crazy?
Look, I'm always looking to build myself and the team around me and the team's knowledge and my knowledge. So if we have any connections that can help build what we're already doing, then I'm all for that connection to be made. And so I'm sure I'll get to meet him. I have not met him yet. I was literally there, from when we're recording this yesterday, flew in and out, day in, day out, just to go sign. So I haven't spent a lot of time out there, but I'm sure I'll get that opportunity. But yeah, my business side is still up and very much alive, and we have some big things coming here in the future.
How much of this did you discuss with your soon-to-be wife?
All of it. Kind of set some parameters with her. I was like, look, if I can't get above this number, which I'll keep hidden, that's probably it. Like, if there's no value for Austin there, then I'm willing to walk away because I can create more value for myself outside of the field. And
you almost retired?
I didn't necessarily almost retire, but I had a number where, hey, if there was not enough interest to get me to this type of contract, then I would walk away from the game, because regardless, you get paid. It's still good money, but your body still has to go through it. Like, I'm still going to go through a whole nother year of playing running back in the NFL, which is going to be getting beat down. And then it's like, okay, how much is this actually worth? And can I create more value for myself outside of the field? And luckily I wasn't even close to that number. So, it wasn't really a question, but we had that conversation.
So how much less than 12 million? Like, I'm trying to figure out what the number is. You're not going to go there, are you?
Look, this is what happened with me. When I went to my second contract, it was all okay. Austin isn't a powerhouse back. I got the whole Charger organization telling me, okay, like, he's not going to be our workhorse because he hasn't done that before. We're going to bring in another back to complement him, kind of like what I'm going into right now. And I'm like, yep, that sounds great. That's what I've done for the first 3 years. And I go over there and start crushing it. And they're trying to find someone to come in and kind of be that complimentary back. But I was able to, earn myself basically all the reps, and so it was a situation where now I'm getting compensated as a kind of tandem back with no tandem. So that's where I was really conflicted over there. And that's why over the last few years, it's like, yeah, I definitely should be making more. I'm 1,600 yards a season for whatever it was, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and then all the touchdowns that came with it. Now I'm back on the open road. Now I get to choose. I get to see what's out there. I know where I want to be. I know who I am as a player. Now I get to choose. Now I'm like, okay, Washington looks like a great fit for what I'm trying to be as a player and how I can be at my best and how I've been at my best in the past. And so that's where, kind of fell into this situation too. And the money was there as well. And they were looking for the same type of role for me, which makes sense because they have Anthony Lynn there who's seen me in that role, in that space as well. So kind of all fell into how I was expecting it to.
Austin, it looks like you're going to be working with another rookie quarterback this year, and you can tell us who that is in a minute. But what did you learn? You could. I mean, we're assuming Caleb goes number 1, so you could tell us who you guys are going to take it to. But you could tell us what did you learn from working with Justin when he was a rookie that you could sort of bring to whoever they bring in, which you'll tell us who that is.
Ooh, I think it's so different. Just working with rookies in general, they're all so different. Not even just the quarterback position. Quarterbacks are different in their own way too, because they have to, run and step into a leadership role immediately, and everyone's looking at you to make the plays and lead us on the field, even though you got guys that are sometimes 10 years older than you, that you're playing and have been playing for a long time. And now you got to go tell these guys, hey, I need you to line up here and run this route. And hey, I need you to be shorter. And you're almost coaching them in a way. And so that's going to be a bridge that whoever our quarterback's going to have to come in, and depending on, what they've done in the past, they're going to have to step into that and get comfortable in that. And I think it's important as a player, especially as a vet, is to invite that. Ask for that, help pull it out of him. Hey, did you like me on that route? Even if it was a good route, just having that conversation so he gets used to that dialogue of, oh, I can talk to these guys. I can be open with them. They're not going to feel offended if I'm like, hey, no, I actually want you a little bit further over or shorter or whatever it is. So that's going to be important. And, I'll continue to lead by example and be that person who's trying to help whoever's in that role, just be the best version of themselves, because it's going to help the entire team. So yeah, looking forward to seeing whoever it is.
Austin, it's laugh out loud funny that Fowler is now a teammate of yours. I mean, the guy who punched you in the helmet on Monday Night Football.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know.
You didn't know?
You know who your teammate is?
How hard did he hit
you? See, people remember that stuff. I forget that stuff.
Right. Yes.
That is hilarious. That's who it was. See, I didn't know that. I would never
introduce yourself to him. I mean,
I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go. See what's going on. See if we're good, or if we still got bad blood, or what. So you can't have bad blood for me. I was trying to get my guy out of there. I don't know what the hell even happened, or who said
he
what.
Still hit you.
Listen, he's the kind of guy you want on your side. He's on your side now. Okay, he's on your team now. You're good. Okay, tell him to go punch someone else. Billy was thinking business with Magic Johnson. I actually heard Washington, and I don't think this is where you want to go post playing career, but I was actually thinking politics, perhaps. I don't know. Is that an avenue you would explore or no? Like Aaron Rodgers?
Don't do it, Austin. Yeah. That's going.
You're too good a person. Don't do it. You're too good a person. Don't do it.
You're too good. Yeah.
Look, I like to build things, and when I'm in politics, I almost have too much restriction on my back because I have to do as I'm representing. It's not just how I'm feeling in the time, and so I think I'm going to stay away from the politics and stay kind of in the open world where I can build whatever I please.
All right, we're very happy for you. We'll get to March Madness in just a second. We'll get you out of here in just a second. Can I ask you, if I name a team, will you tell me if that team was interested or no?
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't think it's. Yeah, as far as those details, that's fine.
Ravens?
Yes.
Ooh. Chiefs?
I didn't get any word from them. I don't remember.
The Jets?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Packers?
Yes.
Raiders?
No. Okay. Interesting.
Wow. Interesting.
Really?
You seem bitter.
Wow. There was a little bit there, but it was okay, look, they lost Jacobs, and then they kind of went silent. I don't think they even brought it. They haven't brought anyone else yet, have they?
I don't think so.
So maybe they like someone in the draft. I don't know. Wow. So I don't think that's just an Austin Ekeler thing. I think that's just an in general thing.
How about the Eagles?
No.
I
think they signed right away. I would say
Raiders brought in Madison.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson with Derrick Henry doesn't seem fair. I mean, you seem to agree.
Hey, it's going to be exciting for football. I'm glad it happened. I'm glad I don't play defense and don't play against them. In the division. But hey, someone's going to have to stop them. They're still human,
right?
Though they might be dynamic and and do really good at what they're able to do. They're still human. So.
All right.
It's all good.
Ekeler's Madness, a charity March Madness tournament. I think it's a $50 buy-in. All the proceeds are going to Austin's foundation, which is fantastic. We are doing a live stream after the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight together. I'm very excited for that. But tell people about the NCAA tournament, and then I have a quick follow-up for you after you're done promoting this.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys want to get involved, as we know, March Madness is a wild time just for all the brackets and everyone's watching, and it's kind of like the pinnacle, moment for college basketball. Why we don't have fantasy football going on right now is like the next best thing, for a brief moment anyway. And so we thought a great idea would be to do a charity event for my foundation. Quick blurb on my foundation. We put tangible resources back into the community, washers and dryers, weight rooms, backpacks, things that people can actually use that are going to help better their lives in the future. So would love to have you involved.
First place gets 2 tickets to the 2025 Men's Basketball Championship in San Antonio. You get hotel accommodations as well for 2 nights. You get a signed game-worn Austin Ekeler jersey. Very cool. 2 tickets to an Austin Ekeler event. A personalized video shout-out from TikTok influencer and boxer Bryce Hall. And second place gets custom shoes designed by Michael J. Kicks. There's also a prize for the biggest loser, which I love. So whoever takes their bracket.
Indeed.
Yeah.
We have some amazing prizes in my opinion. First place is obviously the juiciest, but also there's a signed jersey up for grabs if you have the worst bracket. And like I said, all the proceeds go to the Austin Ekeler Foundation, where we're putting resources back in the community. So if you're already doing March Madness, if you're not, would love for you to join us and, come contribute. It's a fun way to give back to the community. In your perspective, yeah, it's $50, but for us, it actually is a whole new set of equipment that we can give to somebody else that really needs it. And you get to have fun, potentially win some great prizes with it or not. So it's a win-win situation.
You're a good man doing good work. They asked me if I wanted to be involved. I said anything for Austin. I then asked Billy if he wanted to be involved. His response, anything for Austin. I mean, because we love you.
Oh, my guys. I appreciate it.
We didn't ask Mikey.
I also have to give you guys props. I have to give you guys props, though, because I was in Washington yesterday walking through the airport.
Yeah.
And someone came up to me and they're like, "Oh, I see you on God Bless Football." They're all over. You got the fan. They're everywhere. The fans are all over. That's not the first time. That's happened a few times. So I appreciate the respect that you guys and the community has out there. So appreciate y'all listening out there.
That's very nice of you to share that with us. How does March Madness look for you? Like Thursday and Friday? Are you like the rest of us, just sitting around eating food, drinking beers, and watching games all day?
Well, yeah, there's so many games. So I'm always like, I don't keep up with like college football or college basketball during the season. So it's like, okay, like who did I have there? I got to go back, and I have like 7 different brackets too. So, and everything is tracked for you. So I just go back and I have to click through my links of like, okay, which one's doing well, which one's not. So that's how, my couple of weeks will be here.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. I'll be there with you doing a live stream after the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. So, and I'm happy to do it, and I'm looking forward to doing it with you, and Billy is as well. So, congratulations on the new team, the new city. A lot of new things happening in your life, man. You're about to get married. What a crazy time for you, Austin Ekeler.
It's a wild year. It's going to be a good one. Hey, we just keep pushing forward, and hopefully more to come.
All right. Well, listen, if $11 to $12 million is not there on the next contract, full-time gig right here. God bless football, okay?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys.
I don't know what the number is, but we'll figure it out, okay?
All right. I'm still waiting for that best man speech, too, by the way. So I'm just.
Yeah.
What is the actual wedding date? Hold on a second. What is the wedding date?
May 25th.
Okay. I will deliver it the week of the wedding, okay?
Right.
Okay.
He'll be busy that week.
No, he won't. He'll make time.
You guys are the best. I appreciate y'all.
All right, man. We appreciate it as well. Check out his March Madness tournament. $50 going to a great cause, the Austin Ekeler Foundation. We love that guy.
A lot's changed over the years. One thing that hasn't, the great taste of Miller Lite. It was the original light beer, and to this day, it's still the best. Miller Lite has more of that taste you want, and less of the stuff you don't. Sometimes after a long, hard show, I head over to the studio commissary, crack open a cold one, take a sip, look around and say, yeah, this was the right call. Then all my friends from work do the same. We put our Miller Lights in the middle, do a toast, say hip hip hooray to a great show by all. Miller Lite keeps it simple. Undebatable quality, great taste, only 96 calories. It's the beer that strips away everything you don't need and holds on to what matters most. The original light beer since 1975. Times change, but you can always enjoy the great taste of Miller Lite. Tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/GBF, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Lite Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces.